Clean up black. And what they are doing. No smoke.
The fire will be lit along the road edge, all the way around, and then the fire will back down to here, okay? For the ground crew down here, when the fire's about 3 or 4 metres from you, then you'll light up on your edge and then send the fire back up to it, all right? Again, when we're finished here, this will be a no smoke zone when we're done. All right, so this will become 100% blacked out when we're finished here today. Hi, I'm Aaron Cook. I'm the First Officer of Ilkey and District's Rural Fire Brigade. Today we're here to do a hazard reduction burn for the Beulah Community.
Just trying to save the batteries for work.
Because we're a voluntary organisation, we have volunteers from all walks of life. And they all have the same thing. They all want to come and do their bit for the community. The reason we do hazard reduction burning is to remove fuel from the surface of any forest or grassland areas to prevent and to slow down any fires that would happen on extreme fire event days where the weather is not on our side.
Yeah, my name is Tias K'Reala Randanpi, aka Les. I'm part of the traditional owners here of the Randanpi people within the Kabi Nation. I was happy when the decision was made for this to come about. You know, our cultural and spiritual burns go way back to 65,000 years, and Mother Earth and our people live together in harmony.
I have a number of sayings, and one of them is fighting fires is 95% fun, 5% sheer terror. So there are times when the fire will just beat you. It will just beat you into submission because it's too big, too powerful. And sometimes that's the big challenge, is how to control that, how to get that on your side. In every rural firefighter there's a little bit of pyromania, just controlled. Like, you know, it's every kid's boyhood dream to light fires, as you see by the amount of little arson attacks when you have teenagers and young kids. They all like lighting fires. Here we get to do it and have a bit of fun and protect the community while we're at it. That way, split the block in half, this one here, and about every 3 to 4 metres put a spike. What we just did to move the fire along a bit quicker, we did some spike ignitions in the middle of the burn. It does a couple of things. It produces a bit of heat and helps pull the fire that's coming down the slope down a bit quicker, but it'll also run up and meet that fire. You got your breather open? Yep. Right. It has to be managed carefully, because if you put too much fire on the ground, you can end up with the fire being too intense and then running up trees and then potentially jumping over your brake if you go a bit too hard. That might do for a minute. 2 more black ones down here.
It's not only a cultural burn, but for me, it's a spiritual burn as well. A spiritual burn is when both come together, right? The cultural burn ignites here, but it helps the spiritual realm up there to regenerate the earth. Okay, so they have to be working together.
Currently we're about 250 metres down the road into our burn. The burn has reached containment lines on the eastern side. Crews are continuing to stop fire running up trees, but apart from that it's progressing pretty well. Have you had to use the big fella again?
Well, we're using it like trees.
Yeah, just in here. She's gone out here. I lost my right arm 1992. I actually had the arm for a couple of years. It's a nerve thing. I tore all the nerves for my arm out of my spinal cord in a motorcycle accident. Consequently, 2 years later I had it removed. It was pretty good, although it's led me to some other little minor issues with spines being out of kilter and whatnot. But anyway, you know, when you've had a major trauma in your life and you're still upright and warm, you know that you can keep moving on. So yeah, I've adapted pretty well to only having one arm, and makes me stand out from a crowd. You know, it hasn't held me back. I keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah, I know, I sort of need you here now. Just watch your back. So that big old tree had a lot of bark hung up in the forks, and that's when our red truck boys were here before. When they lit around it, they wet all around it, but it's come back from the other side, run up, and it's caught fire into that bark that hangs up in the tree, and so that's why we sort of had to use a bit of high flow of water up there to get it out. The trouble, if you let it burn, it'll eventually burn away and go out, but it'll throw embers. If the wind comes up, it'll throw embers across to the other side where we don't want fire.
I'm happy with it, I'm pleased. This looks beautiful. All it needs now is a bit of rain, and things will start popping up again, you know, like plants. Yeah, no, I really appreciate them and thank them for supporting us with this cultural and spiritual burn to support Mother Earth to regenerate from here on in.
Okay, so we've completed our burning operations for today. So now the last phase of burning now is we have to go through and mop up. So that's putting out everything that's smoking, or it's on, whether it's burning, smouldering, essentially producing smoke. So we go through and we blacken that out, we put it out, we put water on it, we roll the logs so that we can get to the hot spots and put them all out. That way so the neighbouring people don't have to have nuisance smoke for the night and the next day. And then we just do that for a couple of hours until we get that finished, and then we're all done. We're 100% complete when we have no smoke. Just trying to break it up, get the heat out of it. Alright, so we're done. We've mopped it up to a level which is acceptable. Most of the little smokers now are only really small, and they will probably go out overnight. There's no smoke hazard onto the road now, so our job is complete. We'll go up and fill the trucks up, fill them up with water, we'll go up the top, make up, and then we will let traffic control know that they can close it down. We'll go home for the day and have a beer.